So there's someone who joined our group recently, late last year, who has a very special specialty all of his own. He's not just a real estate agent, but he's a very well-connected man in the middle of Malaga. So I'd like to introduce to you Anders Christensen from Christensen Estates. Please, Anders, tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Thank you, Paul. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so my name is Anders Christensen. I'm a real estate agent in Malaga and Costa del Sol. First, I will tell you a little bit about my background. When I was a child, I always basically, let's say, had a passion for sales in many different ways. And somehow I knew I was probably gonna work within sales. My father, he's a construction engineer, so he always liked to show me a lot of things in terms of the house and reforms on the house that he did, and basically a lot of construction sites around the town, because he was working for the municipality. So he taught me a lot about that, and I liked that a lot. What I wanted to be back then was actually a private detective until I don't know what age. And I don't know why. I think I just saw these TV shows and whatever, but I think it was because of the investigative part of it, where you have to find out what actually is gonna go on. So anyway, I have 18 years of experience in sales on all kinds of things, including to a high extent solution sales. All purchases are emotional, even though, but regardless of that, yeah, basically, so that's me. I like engineering, investigation, and sales. Yeah. So, how I could help someone sell their property? First of all, I would do a property valuation, and we'll make sure what would be the best possible way of selling the property, and perhaps some home staging could be an idea. Then we'll have professional photos and videos done, and after that we'll do a tailor-made marketing campaign, which will be the right for that kind of property. We'll make sure that it will reach the profile of the people who will be who this property will be the most interesting for. We'll make sure that your property will be presented in a professionally way to the right buyers, meaning not just opening the door for people just, hey, yeah, you got to visit. No, make sure that it's people this property would be right for, not to waste your time and not to make you tired of time wasters. And we'll help you negotiate and make sure that you get the right price, and make sure that the sales process is handled in the correct way, and also make sure that you won't be liable for things you're not supposed to in the future after the sale of the property. So put it short, sold at the right price and at the right time, and making sure that the property is not on the market for too long, because either the price is too high or because it's not presented for the right people. What else we can do is obviously help people finding the right property. So we help you, obviously I can help you with the property search. That is not just on portals, but also finding properties that are not even on the market, by knocking doors, by looking in different tools, and making sure that that every stone is turned, so to say. Furthermore, I'll then select the properties that could be worthwhile for the person to see, making sure that we're not going again, wasting the time of looking at things that for sure would not be interesting anyway. Furthermore, I'll then be evaluating what would be the right investment according to the needs, depending if it's a home or if it's an investment to refurbish and sell, or to rent out. And then I'll also obviously be assisting during the viewings, where I then can point out the pros and cons of each property. And obviously, then when finding interesting properties, I'll make sure that the legality and the conditions of the house are what they seem to be, making sure that that it's not going to be that it's going to be the right purchase. And of course, at the end, I'll be negotiating the price with the vendor, which again, I have many years experience in sales and negotiation. So I will save you time, money, and worries. Yeah. So, any questions?
Thank you so much. Great presentation.
Was it too short? I didn't time it. Was it too short?
It was a little bit short, but the great thing is that will allow for plenty of questions. Sure. And surely we will have many things to ask you. So that's great. That's just perfect. So who would like to go first?
I have a question, Anders.
Yes.
Anders, what do you think about the future of the market, of your market, of the property market here in Malaga and in the Costa del Sol? Are you looking, or are you seeing, or are you feeling that the things are bad or better, or are going to improve in the future? What do you think?
So I can tell you that I have too much work of foreigners that are calling me and asking me about property, so if I could find them something, and they say they're gonna come in the Easter holiday or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, sure, you know, but most importantly is that there's a lot of interest for foreigners looking, as is, for properties on the coast, and I know for a fact that the day that people can fly down here, there's gonna be a big boom of people wanting to buy on the coast again. Now, then, to answer your question completely, I don't know more than anyone else if the virus is going to mutate into something very deadly or impossible to vaccinate or whatever, and all flight companies are going to go bankrupt. Then things would obviously change because the world would change. But if things go back to normal, so to say, meaning that people have the possibility to travel to the coast easily, for sure, the market is gonna boom a lot at first, and then it will stabilize into be what it has always been. Well, I'm just, I think the most important thing to take out of everything, instead of looking at many statistics, that just say that 2001, there was 700,000 inhabitants in Malaga province. Now I believe it's like 1.7 million, and that is constantly increasing. And obviously, I'm sure that will keep increasing, so that will affect the real estate market a lot.
It's a great question and a great answer. And Paul, you got a question as well.
Tell me about exclusivity, Anders, and I'm not even sure how much it applies here in Malaga, but where I'm from, I'm used to this, and of course I want to know how you handle it. So, do you suggest to a seller that you become the exclusive agent? And do you have any properties that are exclusive that would therefore motivate a buyer to contact you? Not just because of your service, but because they know you've got a special listing.
Okay, yes, let's see. If I do the marketing campaign that I explained before, I demand exclusivity. That means that then I don't charge any money up front. I could even make a drone video, like last week I believe I showed like a drone video. I pay for that in return of having exclusivity. But I would, if I don't get exclusivity, there's I might find a buyer for the property, and I might also even, let's say, put it on my newsletter and website if I find it very interesting for my existing client. But I am not able to invest a lot of money in tailor-made marketing for something that someone else has for sale as well. And I can tell you, a property, I don't know if you, but anyway, a villa, but the villa from the drone video, I can tell you the other day, after having showed the property, another real estate agent, he was waiting outside and trying to jump in and talk to the owner while I left the property. But since I have the exclusivity agreement, it doesn't matter. And actually, his clients, they might buy the property. So I cannot invest highly and do a hard work without exclusivity agreement. And I would say from the vendor side, to put it on the other way, someone who has it for sale and put it for sale, they put it for sale on Idealista, whatever, privately. An agent comes, yeah, okay, I'll put it for sale for you. Yeah, no exclusivity, okay, fine. Then they put it up on Idealista as well. But that doesn't help much. They might have a little bit nicer photos or whatever, but that's not, I mean, to work a property is not just to put it up on Fotocasa and Idealista. And by the way, hey, we also have it on Milanuncios. It's a lot more than that. And that you can only do if you have exclusivity.
Fantastic. I don't think you need to defend exclusivity at all. I'm very happy to hear it. And to be clear, it means that the vendor doesn't take the risk on paying for all of the marketing, including the photography that you do.
Yes.
That's an argument I can make to them very easily.
Yeah.
That's great. A little question on commercial properties. If somebody wants a shop or some commercial property to start a business in Malaga town center, do you work with that kind of property and agreements?
Let's say it's not my specialty, but I can work with that, yes. So, so if someone would like to ask me, I might very well be able to find it something, yeah.
Awesome. I asked because I saw somewhere, I think it was an expat forum or something, saying, who do you know who can help me to find a place to open a shop in Malaga town center? And I was hesitating, would Anders do that? So great, we will try to refer you when that happens.
Okay.
Awesome, guys. I think Anders deserves a big round of applause for his first feature presentation. That was a great job, very visual as well. And we're gonna try to help you over the coming weeks and months with business referrals. So Anders, thank you for that great presentation.